Hi, I'm Dr. Gelman again. I decided to do another webcam, another YouTube, because I think it's helpful. You haven't seen me since the beginning of the course, so I thought that this would be a good opportunity to make another YouTube to discuss now the projects that we have coming up. So this YouTube is specifically going to cover our functional medicine review paper. Okay, that's going to be our next project coming up, and we've devoted Module 5 completely to projects. So our first one is going to be this functional medicine paper review, and the second one is going to be the client handouts, which I'll cover in the next video. So I want to go into detail about the functional medicine review paper for now. So you will see I just posted an announcement with all of the information I'm going over, and that same information is posted again in the discussion board where you're going to upload your papers. But I'll go through it and let's see how we do. Okay, the first thing that I wanted to talk about is that this week the readings that you're required to do is going to be on functional medicine in particular. Before, we've always been reading out of the textbook, but this week we're going to just do the functional medicine readings from the course required readings under the readings section. So you'll see there's a lot of different links there. There's some that are supplemental readings that you could do on your own, and then there's a lot that are required readings. The other books, functional medicine books that I highly recommend are these. I have them out here. One is Laboratory Evaluations for Integrative and Functional Medicine, if you can see that here. The next one are these case studies. They're great case studies having to do with functional medicine. And the third one, which I love, is a good reference guide, the MetaMatrix Handbook. These all can be found on the MetaMatrix website. These books are not required for this course, but I do think they're required for some subsequent courses, so you may want to just go ahead and invest in them at some point. Your grade will not be affected if you have these or not, but I wanted to show you some good resources that we do know for functional medicine. So really, this paper is going to emphasize the research in functional medicine, what is out there to utilize for the developmental stages in nutrition. So what I went ahead and did is I divided various topics, very common conditions known for different developmental stages. So you'll see a list under announcements. They'll have numbers 1 through 21. You'll find your associated number, and you'll find a condition that you're assigned. That's the condition that I want you to write your paper on. You'll also find that same list under the discussion board for this week, but it should be pretty straightforward. So the first thing you'll do is you'll do the readings, and in those readings, and for your paper, it's gonna help you answer some of these questions. You'll see now a grading criteria. I've got a grading rubric here, and I want you to answer 4 different questions to complete your paper. The first question is answering the question, what is functional medicine? I want to make sure that you guys have a good understanding of this, so I want you to include this in your paper as your first bullet point, okay? That will be worth 10 points. The second question is, how can you take a functional medicine approach pertaining to your assigned condition? So if you are assigned eczema, for example, I want to understand what you think you could do with a functional medicine idea, that whole paradigm, that whole idea of medicine, what you can think to do to treat eczema, and just go ahead and offer some ideas, some recommendations. Now, number 3 is where it's going to be a lot more specific. I want you to choose a peer-reviewed article that discusses your assigned condition and an intervention that utilizes functional medicine. I want you to cite this article, and I want you to summarize its findings. So particularly, I want you to go ahead and explain what the hypothesis was of this article, what the methods they used, and what the conclusion they found to be in this article. Now, once again, this could be as simple as your condition is eczema, and you find a good cited article talking about food allergies and eczema. Or you can find a good article talking about detoxification pathways and eczema. Something to do with functional medicine and your assigned condition. You can use any article you want as long as it's a peer-reviewed article. I want you to cite it, and I do want you to summarize that article so people are aware that these articles are out there, okay? The fourth and final question that I want you to answer is explain how you can use the information that you researched in this paper, and explain how you can use that in clinical practice. So that's going to be worth 30 points. So just to summarize how many points each question is worth, the first question, what is functional medicine, is 10 points. The second, how can you take a functional medicine approach pertaining to your condition, is also 10 points. The third question, choosing a peer-reviewed article, summarizing that pertaining to your condition, is worth 30 points. And then the last question is explain how you can utilize this information in clinical practice. That's another 30 points. So that's going to be 60, 70, 80 points total for this assignment. Now I'm going to grade a little bit more difficult on this paper than I have been on the discussion boards. You guys have been doing a tremendous job. I should have started by saying that. I'm really impressed with your work. So you guys have really been earning almost total points, if not close to it. So this one I'm going to grade a little bit more difficult, a little bit more hard, just because I feel like this is going to take a lot of work to do. And I really want to see some really good critical thinking with this paper. The paper should be no more than 2 to 4 pages, double-spaced, 12-point font. You can either upload a Word document to the discussion board, or you can copy and paste the 2 to 4 page required 12-point font, double-spaced, into a text box in the discussion board. Okay, so I'll leave that up to you. But I want these all to be uploaded in the discussion board for the week because I want other people to be able to see them. I will grade them on my own, and I will give you feedback individually, more than likely through email, is how I will give you some feedback, and with your grade, of course. But I want everybody to be able to read your papers, because it's always going to be good information for everybody. I went over the reading assignment, the grading criteria, the length of the post, where it's supposed to be posted, the topics that you're assigned, which is on your list that you'll see under the announcement and under the discussion board, and that is all that I have to cover. So this assignment is due no later than September 28th, no later than 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I should be able to get back to you within a week or a week and a half with feedback. Okay, I'm going to shoot for a week. If you have any questions, always feel free to email me personally, or go ahead and post the general discussion question. The general discussion board questions. And I think that wraps it up for the functional medicine review paper. Okay, I look forward to reading the papers, and good luck on your search and your research. Okay, take care. Bye bye.